ball back with that kick?
Well, to be honest, I've done a lot of these. At training, I put myself in that situation a lot. I think Robbie's sort of said a fair few times, this is the last kick to win the game, and I think that's the only one I've hit, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Robbie, can you talk a little bit about what this wins for you, and also do you have any mixed feelings at all, being a former All Black, beating the All Blacks? Thank you.
Well, I'll start with the second questions. No, I have no mixed feelings, and it's a win. You know, it's great for us. It's important for us at the start of what is going to be a tough block of rugby going to the Northern Hemisphere, and the flight is a lot more pleasurable with a win than a loss. But that's all it is.
Does the manner of the win make this more significant? The fact that you led and you trailed and then you can't come back again?
Oh, I mean, that's the nature of rugby. I guess what we got was a good response in the last 20, which has been an area that we've been battling with, and we made some progress tonight. So that was great. You know, the boys persevered. There are occasions there where they could have dropped their heads, and you know, credit to Rocky and the decision makers for the relentlessness.
What does it mean to you personally?
Well, it feels a hell of a lot nicer this way than the other, I'll tell you that. But I guess just the way we went about it was the big thing. You know, I think particularly with James there, obviously he scored the last try and slotted that goal, which was what made us all a lot happier than the alternative. But just the way the blokes had grown as players and managers of the game was evident to us anyway. We just felt like we just could have kept coming. Obviously we had some issues in defence, but as far as our attack, we just felt like we could have just kept coming, and that's very satisfying. And to get away with a win there, I couldn't think of a better way to start the tour.
How frustrating was that first half from a scrummaging point of view, though, for the Wallabies?
Well, scrummaging can always be that way, you know. Like it's a lottery at times. You know, we'd love to have it just as you know, a perfect contest there, but it's not the way it is. There was a lot of issues, but we sorted that out. That's the main thing. Whatever happened at the start, you know, that obviously cost us. It was reasonably challenging. We lost ball when we were down there in their area, and also they got a few shots out of our, you know, scrum penalties. But we bounced back and we shored up that area, which was the important thing.
Rocky, can you talk us through the final attack? It went on for quite a while, and the New Zealand defense was holding up quite well until the very end. I mean, what did you tell your players to do?
Well, I don't think there's much time to tell them to do anything there, particularly in those last few phases. But we were helped by the fact that they gave away a couple of blatant penalties, so that means we could have a go, and then we'd probably get another one because there was a high shot there and a few other things that definitely helped. But I think that well, it was reasonably evident that something would open up if we were good enough to take it, and then, you know, as Rabs crossed the line, that was evident.
Yeah, to be honest, it was just all pumping me up, giving me the confidence, I guess. I've done all the training needed to do the kick. I've been in that situation many times, I guess, not to win a game, but I just went through my motions and my little triggers that I've been working on, and it was just like every other kick.
There's plenty of them, don't worry about that.
Great. It was great to see the response of the team. You know, the boys kept pulling on the reins, kept coming in and kept probing and working hard and trying to find a way in, particularly on the outside edges where the Kiwis have profited a little bit of late. The work rate of the backs was great in their effectiveness around the contact. So they're looking not only for a way in, but they're prepared to work for it, and they showed a bit of patience as well, and that was the point of difference.
Robbie, you've broken a couple of droughts in recent weeks, I guess. Does this win confirm that some sort of corner has been turned, do you think?
Oh, mate, I'll let you be the judge of that. We've got home at the death twice in our last 3 outings. Maybe it's becoming a habit. I hope so.
Oh, question for James. Sorry to dwell on the final kick a little bit. I mean, can you just give us a little more insight on what was going through your head? I mean, did you think at all about the enormity of the situation and, you know, the history that was at stake, or were you able to just block all that out and focus on the mechanics? Thanks.
I guess we've been doing a lot of training off the field. I guess blocking, the outcome out. It's all about planning the moment. So I blocked all that out of my head and just focused on the kick, and I guess what I needed to do to slot the goal. So just focused on my run up, my following through the ball, and getting out of the ball. And when I looked up, I was happy enough to see it go through the post. So.
Matt's kicking for goal at the moment.
Well, Dan missed a couple as well, so don't leave him out. That's the nature of the game. It's not easy. You know, it's a tough skill. But as I've said through the week, we're building a stable of kickers. The boys are working hard at it, including Matt. And given that we're working hard at it, we'll get better at it.
If someone's right there and they think that that's on, well then, you know, you got to trust them that it probably is. And as far as that, it doesn't mean the referee can't give a yellow card. It just means that we're playing for this moment. You know, like that doesn't mean that he can't give a yellow card for that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
To be honest, I was actually very confident. You know, James is one of those blokes who wants the ball in those moments, as you saw with his carry. And that's what you want. The bloke that's got the ball, you want to have the ball. And you may not have noticed it, but earlier he stepped up wanting the ball, and Goody took the shot. So it's a great indicator.
And how much belief does it give a side, you know, given that the run of losses you've been through, it's over 2 years, has this got the potential to be a massive milestone for this team?
It's got no more meaning than we got up today, and that's great. The rest will unfold.
And in those final moments when the All Blacks were giving away those penalties and there's a high shot going in, is that when you sort of think, you know, you really had them on the canvas?
Well, I think that both teams' attack were pretty good. You know, when both teams held onto the ball and weren't disrupted at the breakdown, it was that was free flowing and it was very hard to stop. So we just needed to hold onto the ball, and then, like I said, with those penalties, you know, obviously we're going to get another go if we knocked on or something like that.
Does this release pressure for you?
Well, I mean, I've talked about this often, apparently so, but it's not about me. So it's about the playing group and you know, about them thriving. So while it's not easy at times, you know, I don't live in a bubble. The reality is you're aware of expectations, just as we have expectations ourselves, and hopes and ambitions, you know. But you know, this is just a game along the way.